the Sportscast, February 18th, 2022. If you haven't yet, please subscribe in all our channels, YouTube, twitch.tv, Twitter, and Apple Podcasts. You can also listen to us on your smart speaker. Say, play Sportscast. Also, if you're an Apple Podcast, please leave a rating and a review. It will help us out tremendously. And you can and also listen to us on online radio. Also, visit our website, thesportscast.net, and go to the app, The Sportscast for iOS. You can listen to us live on audio and read the latest news. The NFL is done. Now the NBA basketball season, also college basketball starts in February. That's my rule. That's how I declare it. And things get pretty hyped because this weekend, All-Star Weekend in Cleveland, begins, the NBA All-Star Weekend. And join us today, Isaac Kaplan and Ryan Krista. Welcome to the Sportscast.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
So we'll start with Isaac. Isaac, what does the NBA All-Star Game mean to you?
I mean, it's cool, like seeing the NBA, like coaches and analysts kind of like giving their opinion on who are the best NBA players are in the game. But a lot of it also is voting in like by the fans, NBA fans, like who they think is the best. So I mean, it's kind of like a joke. It is a joke, but like in a sense it is a joke, and also the game played is a joke. I just wish, it'd be cool to like really take it like seriously. Those players are being voted for the best players in the season and overall, and they try to like see who would win, the players being selected to the All-Star game.
Ryan Krista, NBA All-Star, you're a basketball guy. What does it mean to you?
It's not my favorite thing in the world. I think it's more about making it than the actual game itself. But for me, it's
I agree.
Because it's a week without live NBA basketball. So, but yeah, I mean, I may not watch much Sunday night. I think bigger is the dunk contest 3-point. That's like more of like a easier fan viewership. The game itself, it's tough because it's literally just a slam dunk fest for the players, but it's cool for them. It's
like 2 slam dunk contests in one day.
Yeah, it's more of an honor for the players, and it's a step up from the NFL Pro Bowl, but not much.
Yeah, for sure, step up. Pro Bowl is a good game. I say it's a good game to test out new rules like the choosing spot rule method. So we'll see what happens if that gets implemented. I've not heard any reviews from the NFL, but let's stick with the NBA. This year's special because it is commemorating the 75th anniversary of the NBA. Last time that happened was in 1997, where they did like the 50th, and they had like the top players of the NBA. Michael Jordan was included, Scottie Pippen, Larry Bird. This time it's going to be different, and it'll be in Cleveland, Ohio, which Isaac knows it as LeBron James country. So this year is going to be a little bit more commemorative. The coaches will be Monty Williams for Team LeBron, and then Team Durant be Eric Spoelstra. So it's divided by 2 teams that LeBron chooses, but like the fans vote like the player in. I believe Kevin Durant and LeBron chooses who wants to start. Let's look at the rosters. Trae Young will be, hold on, let me pull this up here. Not Trae Young. Team LeBron, of course, will be LeBron James. Then Giannis Kumpo. Then Nikola Jokic, DeRozan, Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, Garland, Chris Paul, Butler, Mitchell, Van Fleet, and Jarrett Allen. And then, of course, Team Durant will include Wiggins, Embiid, John Morant, Trae Young, and then for the reserves, Booker, Carl Anthony Towns, and Zach LaVine, DeJounte Murray, Chris Middleton, LaMelo Ball, first time I see him, and then Rudy Gobert, and of course Eric Spoelstra is the coach. And then we got another guest, Erwin Dudley. Welcome to the Sportscast. He's still buffering in. It's okay. So two talented rosters. Ryan Krista, which roster do you think is the strongest?
Like I said, it's hard to I mean, it's which team takes it seriously. I guess the betting line was for uh, Giannis to win the MVP. I'm gonna go with that team to have the favorite to win the All Star game.
And we got Erwin Dudley. How are you doing? Welcome to the Sportscast.
Thank you. Appreciate it. How are you?
Good, good. We just started talking about the NBA All Star Game. Huge weekend. What does the NBA All Star mean to you?
I mean, it's just a celebration, for the guys that have done really well for the first half of the season. And it's good, really good for the fans. The fans they get a chance to interact with the players and things of that nature. So I look forward to. I'm a huge LeBron James fan, so I look forward to seeing what he does night in and night out. But I'm sticking with I'm Team LeBron. I'm always Team LeBron for whatever reason that may be. I like LeBron.
As Ryan says, whoever team shows up has effort. Seeing from this rosters, Isaac, which one do you really like?
I'm Team LeBron regardless. I think I'm just a fan of his. I've always been a fan of his for a long time. I don't think he's the GOAT now by any means. I think Michael Jordan still holds that, but I do think I am for this era right here. I like LeBron, so I'm gonna ride with him.
Isaac Kaplan, your thoughts?
I mean, in terms of like, NBA talent, gifted players, and skill, I got to go. I'm taking Team LeBron too, because you got like LeBron, obviously LeBron, Jokic, Curry, Doncic, Jimmy
Yeah,
Butler. And if you look at the other team, I mean, Wiggins is a first time All Star. LaMelo Ball is a first time All Star. Not to like downgrade their actual skill and talent, but, they're just more experienced NBA players. I just feel like LeBron chose the more like fire, like star power on the team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and of course you see DeMar Rosen, the Rosen in this squad. And of course, he's doing fantastic in Chicago. Slam dunk contest, a big highlight of the weekend. You see the greats like Michael Jordan shine, and of course some other ones as well. Of course, LeBron has never done it, and he still won't do it. Here are the contestants: Cole Anthony, Juan Toscano Anderson, Obi. Uh,
sure.
Hoppin, and also Green from the Houston Rockets. Ryan Krista, who do you favor for the slam dunk contest?
Um, I just I mean, Obi Toppin's got some good he's a good leaper, but pure athlete. Jalen Green, I think is top of the
Oh
class.
yeah.
I mean, maybe because I'm thinking more just whole basketball. I think the guy's a phenomenal talent and something to build on. But just watching his game, he's just a freak athlete. And so is I think Obi Toppin's really good too. He's more a bigger guy, but I'm gonna favor Jalen Green because I think he's not overly big, but he's able good enough to uh, put on a good show Saturday.
Ryan picks Jalen Green. Erwin, slam dunk contest usually might take away the flair from the game itself. Who will take it this year?
I got to go with Ryan. I'm going Green as well. If you just look at the past. Mostly like guards they win it. Don't get me wrong, Dwight Howard he got it a few years back, but overall statistically, the guards they're the ones that really can kind of control the dunk contest. Um, Obi Toppin, I think he's a really good athlete. I think he can do some things, but at the end, I think Green, with him being, he's a tall guard, but he's smaller. He'll be able to do a lot more than I think than Toppin will. And he has a lot of drive too that's coming with his. He has something that he's really trying to prove or whatever. Each and every night that he steps on the court. So
Isaac Kaplan, you're a slam dunk guy. You can't dunk yourself, but who do you think will win this weekend? Cole Anthony, you were talking about it before the show. You like him, but what is your real pick?
I mean, yeah, I was. Well, I was. I don't know if I would say that he was my pick, but I kind of agree. Like what Ryan and Erwin were saying, with like about Jalen Green's got the athleticism, but I've also seen like last dunk contest, like Obi Toppin. He's like a big guy. Has he been preparing and stuff? I mean, maybe I'm leaning towards. I mean, I haven't really like watched enough, but like I guess Jalen Green is the most like kind of
He's a favorite.
like more athletic.
Yeah.
He is a favorite, of course. Houston Rockets, a team reorganizing themselves, right, Ryan?
Yeah.
That's the best way to say it. Another contest, which I enjoy, 3-point shot contest. CJ McCollum, Trey Young, one of my favorite players. Zach Levine, Bane from the Grizzlies. Fred Van Fleet from the Raptors. Luke Kennard from the Clippers. Patty Mills from the Nets. And has been Bane from the Grizzlies. Ryan, 3-point contest. I don't see Steph Curry, but what's going to happen there?
I mean, those are all phenomenal shooters. Who can get? Trey Young's obviously got distance. I would think, but I'm a big Desmond Bain fan. I think he's so consistent with the Grizzlies, right? I don't feel like he I don't know if he's going to go on a hot streak, but he's not going to miss 3 or 4 in a row, which is kind of the key in this contest, is they can, ebb and flow in this. So I'm going to go Desmond Bain.
Erwin, Ryan did some convincing there. Are you convinced with Bane to win this?
You know what? I mean, like you said, Trey Young, with him being in it, he has a long range ball. And I like him. He got Patty Mills as well. I'm gonna go Baines as well. I mean, I've watched Memphis play, several times this year, and he's been one of the most consistent 3-point shooters in the NBA. And like you said, he don't miss too many. I mean, I think that the way he shoots the ball, I think is set up for the 3-point contest as well. So I'm gonna go with Bain.
Bane it is. Isaac Kaplan, you're a stats guy. What's going to happen at the 3-point contest?
I mean, I'm gonna go with Fred Van Vliet.
Why do you say that?
Because I don't watch Desmond Bain. I don't know too much about him. So, I mean, Zach LaVine could win it, but I'm going with Fred Van Vliet. I really like Fred Van Vliet, so that's why I'm going with.
Fred Van Fleet, a guard from the Toronto Raptors. I'm going to say, if I had to say it to it, vote to it, Trey Young knows the spotlight. Perhaps he'll shine. Who knows? Obviously, all talented players in this contest. I wish the best for that. So, but yeah, that is the top 2 contest. There is a Rising Star Challenge. Ryan, explain, what is the Rising Star Challenge all about?
It's tonight. It's usually, they've done different formats. Usually the first and second year players in the NBA. Kind of something for Friday night. I think this year they divided it into 4 different teams, so it's like a tournament kind of style. You win it and you play a championship. But they used to do like rookies, sophomores, and then they did like U.S. versus World. But they're always just trying to different. It's another all-star type game, so it's defense optional. Kind of there for the flair. So.
Yeah, you're right. It is 4 teams, mostly of rookies and sophomores and prospects. There are going to be some G League players in this challenge tonight. The player that sticks out to these rosters, I can't name them all, but Kate Cunningham. Erwin, Kate Cunningham, top draft pick. What are your thoughts over his performance so far this NBA season?
I mean, I like him. I like what he's done. I mean, I think he started off kind of slow, but he's come around, and he's doing well. But If I'm not mistaken, well, we have a guy from Alabama that's in there that's going to be in there, Herb Jones. And if I'm not mistaken, and he's the guy that I'm really looking forward to watching. I mean, he's had a really good year. He was kind of under the radar, I guess, when he came to the NBA. But he was a defensive player of the year, and he was the SEC player of the year in our conference last year. And so, what he's been doing in the NBA now is like, he's been playing amazing. I mean, he's been playing really, really good defense. I mean, he's guarded some of the best players, and he's been scoring. So I'm really looking to see what he's going to do.
Herb Jones, yes, for the New Orleans Pelicans. He will be there tonight. He's in Team Worthy. So they're naming it after former players of the NBA. He will be playing with Jalen Green, who was in the slam dunk contest, Josh Giddey, Beauchamp, Cole Anthony, Tyrese Maxey, and Jalen Suggs. So good team. So we'll see what happens with the Rising Stars Challenge, which Ryan will be watching.
Yes. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's must see TV, but
but it's just something to look forward to. The kids can watch it and all that.
Hey, it's for that G League prospect, that's trying to make it to the pros.
Hey, I think it's interesting. You look at these names and you're like, well, you got the next tier of super. You got your household names will play Sunday night, but you got some really interesting future of the NBA. We talked about Kate Cunningham, but you also look at another player in the Pistons, Sadiq Bey, second-year player, really, really.
The Detroit Pistons.
Yes, I think the Pistons aren't a very good team right now, but another solid player, Isaiah Stewart. I really like that. Josh Giddey is a triple-double machine for the Thunder. A team that doesn't get up because they don't win a lot, but he's not an elite scorer, but he just does everything. So these may not be household names for people watching Sunday night, but for hardcore NBA fans, these are the future of the NBA.
Like you guys, hardcore NBA, you watch the G League games as well. Celebrity Game will also be happening this weekend. Actually tonight as well. Presented by Ruffles Chips, which I eat Ruffles. Team Walton versus Team Nick. Celebrities, Jimmy Allen, Brittany Elena, Machine Gun Kelly, Dereka Hamby, Noah Carlock, Nyson Huston, Matt James, Quavo, Ranveer Singh, and Alex Toussaint. Team Nick will be Annual AA, Justin Bibb, Kaney Brown, Myles Garrett, NFL player, Boobie Gibson, former NBA player, Tiffany Haddish, comedian, Jack Harlow, rapper, Krista Jackson from the Harlem Globetrotters, Anaja Runadivi, singer-songwriter, and Gianmarco Tamburri, the Olympic high jump champion. And let me read again, Team Walton, Jimmy Allen, singer-writer, Brittany Elena, host, actress, Machine Gun Kelly, singer-songwriter, Dereka Hamby, she's a WNBA player, Noah Carlock, Fanatic All-In Challenge winner, Nigel Huston, Olympian, Matt James, ABC's The Bachelor, which I know Isaac watches, Quavo, rapper, and Ravi Singh, actor, and Alex Toussaint, Peloton instructor. Wow. Not too many big names.
I mean, they got Boobie Gibson and they got Myles Garrett. I mean, how's that fair?
Full court, by the way.
Yeah, how's that fair?
Yeah, that's not much going on. I remember previously they will have Kevin Hart was in these games.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he made it. Hey, he made his presence known out there. It was real funny.
Whoever's on Myles Garrett team, that team is winning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Simple as that.
What do you think, Ryan, about the Celebrity Game?
It's okay. I guess it's good fodder, I guess, for people. But
yeah, you'll be more interested in the Rising Star Challenge. So yes, and the coaches for Team Walton will be Bill Walton, of course, and then Coach Dominique Wilkins, who was a slam dunk contestant who competed against Michael Jordan. What year was it? 1986, 85, Ryan?
A long time ago. Legend for the Hawks.
Legend for the Hawks.
Oh yeah.
And Trae Young is trying to take over that role, and we'll see if that happens. Any closing words about the All-Star game, Isaac?
Uh, well, I mean, if anything, that's going to be closing. I just real quick, I think Trey Young does have a chance to win the 3-point contest too. Kind of like take back on like what I said previously on some of the other contestants, but because Trey Young can like y'all was saying, like he's got the range, he can shoot far, so like he's got that experience with that. So like it's close between Trey Young and I really like Fred VanVleet because he can catch fire, he can like shoot really consistently too.
The All-Star game this year will be the same format as the 2020 edition. The team that scores the most points during each of the first 3 12-minute quarters will receive a cash prize, which will be donated to a designated charity. The pot will roll over if the teams are tied. The fourth quarter will be untimed. Interesting. Under the rules of the Elam ending, the first team to meet or exceed a target score, the score of the leading team in total scoring after 3 quarters plus 24, is declared the winner. So there's different rules, but one of the big things of this weekend is the MVP. Something that it's good for your trophy case. It's not a bad thing. Erwin, which player do you think will win it, and which one like really wants it? Do you think?
Well, it's going to be interesting. But like I said, I'm Team LeBron. I like LeBron or whatever. But who I think, I don't think LeBron in these type of games now. I don't think he really has anything to prove, which I think they'll want to win. But I think the one person that could actually steal the show, I think not Luka Doncic. He's been playing really well coming down the stretch, leading up to the All-Star break. I mean, I think he had 49 or 52 or something like that last night. So I mean, and he had another 40 something or 50 some point game, a few days ago as well. So he's been playing really well coming down the stretch, and I think that's something that he could possibly carry over into the to the All-Star game, and then and then to the second half of the season. So I'm gonna go with Luka Doncic.
Ryan Krista, the past big names have won it. Kobe, Michael, who will win it this year? Erwin mentioned Luka, your boy. Well,
It is my
Luka
boy.
has the capability of winning the MVP this year?
I think Erwin has to say that after what he did to his Herb Jones last night, but that's yeah, it could be. I mean, I think if I had to put money on it, I'd say John Morant because I feel like something in the open court like that. I don't know, I love Luka but I don't know if he's translate to All-Star game kind of like flair, but we'll see.
Caliber.
Yeah.
It's obviously it's really thing you got predetermined almost. Each team's got to pick a player they want to go for it, and because that's who you're gonna feed. So could it be Morant, Doncic, Ante Canupus? We'll see.
I will say Joe Embiid definitely has some momentum coming into this, so keep that guy in check.
True.
Yes.
Yes.
Isaac Kaplan, MVP. Who do you think will win it this weekend?
So the All-Star game MVP.
Yes, sir.
I'll go with Doncic, I guess.
Okay, 2-1.
I'll take Doncic.
The only Maverick fan has not picked him. Ryan's like, he needs to save his energy for the playoffs.
Exactly.
That's where it counts.
He was the MVP of the week, though. 199 points in the last 4 games. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Yeah, not bad at all. So this is kind of like the midseason of the NBA, and something that we're going to talk about in the next few weeks. Isaac and I put some questions together to ask you guys. Who do you think will make the NBA? NBA championship game? Mr. Ryan, we'll go with you first.
For me, it's hard because I feel like, not to say that repeat of last year, because I really do think when the Bucks, when you win a championship, I don't think you're going as hard the next year in the regular season. So I feel like they may not hit their ultimate peak yet, because I feel like they're waiting, as we get closer to the end of the season to put that together. But the Suns are rolling in the West.
Yeah.
Chris Paul, Devin Booker. I mean, clutch time, fourth quarter players. Their fourth quarter clutch rating is out of the moon. Like, and then you got the role players around. Ayton and Bridges and Cam John. It's just the team is stacked. But you also you kind of got the elephant in the room in the Warriors. They're kind of slumping here the last week or so, but. Uh, Clay gets healthy. You got James Wiseman coming back, hopefully the second half of the year, and Draymond. They're not full healthy right now. So, yeah, if it comes down to Warriors and Suns in the Western Conference Finals, I think that's a heck of a matchup. When you go to the East, I mean, like I said, the Bucks, I think will put together. Santiago, your hometown team. I think they play well together. The Heat.
They're a candidate. I know they're a candidate.
And obviously mystery is how Harden and Embiid are going to put it together. Here they got some time to work out their kinks. Did they lose? Does losing Seth Curry, hurt the Sixers? They just they lack the spreading out the court. With the shooters right now still with the Sixers. I think that's a little bit of an issue. But then that's going to be able to put it together, once Durant comes. When all it is, you just got to get into the playoffs. Whatever seed it is, they're going to switch the rule for Kyrie to be able to play home games. That's a key too, because if you get Simmons playing with Kyrie and Durant, that's a formidable team. Right now, I mean, the team that the Nets are putting out here on a weekly night basis is a lottery team. Like, I mean. But so there's still a lot to be proven here in the next few weeks. Because we're not at the midpoint. We're really at the the 70%. We only like 5 or 6 weeks left in our regular season here. So there's not we're more than halfway. So we're at clutch time here. Which teams?
Yeah, I mean, if we
which team? But ultimately, the end of your question, I'm going to go with the Bucks and Suns.
Bucks and Suns. Let's go with Isaac.
A repeat. Wow. Well, I mean, there's 82 NBA games in a regular season, and if you divide that by 2, we're already past that right now. So we're almost like kind of more than just more than halfway, towards the NBA playoffs. But in terms of the NBA Finals, my prediction, you can't count out the Miami Heat. It's going to come down to the Miami Heat, the Nets. I just don't. I don't believe in the Bucks. I feel like they got lucky last season. The Bucks had the injuring season because imagine if you got Durant, Harden, and Kyrie on the same team. They caught a break. I mean, I don't think the Bucks are gonna repeat again. I don't think they're gonna beat the Nets. I think Miami. You got Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, PJ Tucker, 3 elite NBA defenders on the court. That's just crazy. That's nasty. Yes, I even like the Sixers over the Bucks because you have James Harden who can score, and Embiid Giannis he still can't this league is Steph Curry makes him look silly, makes Giannis look silly. If there's if you're a game 7 down by 3 to tie the game, Giannis can't do that. You got to rely on Chris Middleton. He still hasn't got to that level. Being the guy. He can score in the paint, and he's big. He's super big and strong, but just even now, Curry's basically making it you got to be everything now because he can shoot threes, so. But yeah, James Harden. I mean, the only concern is the bench with the Sixers, because they on their starting 5 they have James Harden, Danny Green, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, and help me out here. Who's the other guy? The 5th guy, Matisse Thybulle, is that his name?
Maxey.
Oh, Tyrese Maxey. Yeah, he's good.
Maxey.
He's up and coming. He's got a lot of skill and talent too. So I mean, yes, the Bucks seem to have the better bench, but I think Philly, as if you could tell me the Bucks bench, I'm going to take Philly over the Bucks. And I would take Miami over Milwaukee. So, but to make the finals in the East, and speaking about Brooklyn, like, yes, you know, they got a lot from Philly. They got a lot. That was like crazy. Because Ben Simmons, the former #1 overall pick, still can't shoot at all. Still can't shoot. How embarrassing is that? Like, it's been what? Like 5 seasons? You still can't shoot from like 10 feet out. You can only shoot dunk a basketball and make a layup. Like, I mean, if you're going to Brooklyn now, you better be at least make 3 threes this season. 3 threes. Can you make 3 threes for the Brooklyn Nets? Please.
We got a wager on that.
You're playing with Kyrie. You're playing with Kyrie and Kevin Durant, and you can't make 3 threes. Why the hell are you in Brooklyn? Like,
Okay.
like why the hell? Like, obviously it wasn't his choice. He got traded, but like, you're still a bust. You're still not a #1 overall pick. NBA, like, so I mean, but it's still really hard to bet against Brooklyn with Durant, and hopefully Kyrie can just play basketball. And you know, if you care about the team and the Brooklyn Nets, just get vaccinated already. Like, you know, because we want to see you play. We as NBA fans like pay to see you play. Like, you know, so I'm taking Brooklyn in the East, and now, you know, in the West, you know, the Suns have been great with Monty Williams, Chris Paul, acquiring Chris Paul. Devin Booker has been getting better. What's his name? Cam Johnson with athleticism came out of nowhere. If y'all remember, like the dunk on PJ Tucker in the no, it was not PJ. Yeah, it was PJ Tucker on Milwaukee in the finals. That was unbelievable. That was wild. So you got a player like Cam Johnson, Chris Paul, and Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, big guy, former #1 overall pick, can get rebounds, play defense. He's gonna continue to get better too. And even is Cameron Payne still on the Suns?
Yep.
Yeah.
He was scoring the basketball too in the West last season. They're a well-coached team by Monty Williams. I do underrate Golden State because, I mean, you know, back when the Warriors went 73-9, you know, obviously it's the regular season and the playoffs are a different NBA environment. I mean, I just don't really see them making the finals because, I mean, they're a different team because I know they have Curry, Thompson, Iguodala, and Draymond Green. I mean, maybe I'll be totally wrong because why? Don't forget about the Lakers. Don't forget about the Lakers. You still got LeBron, Westbrook, Davis, Carmelo, experience. Are you going to take more like talent or more experience? Because in the playoffs, how is James Wiseman going to match up against like Davis, for example, or someone else like that? So think about that. But
Awesome.
my prediction, I think
Who's
I'm
your
probably
final
going
Western
with
pick?
Brooklyn and the Lakers.
Brooklyn Lakers, coast to coast,
Wow.
east to west. Erwin, do you agree with that? I mean, you're Team LeBron, but do you think the Lakers can go all the way? And who's your East team?
I don't want to interrupt
Hey,
Erwin before he starts. He just picked 2 teams that are right now currently in the play-in games. So let's hold the horses on those 2 teams right now. Like,
hey, listen. Hey, like you said, I'm Team LeBron, right? But hey, I gotta be realistic too. Now I gotta be true to myself. You know, the way we've been playing, you know, with AD, you know, he went down again, and they're saying it's gonna be at least 4 months. I mean, 4 weeks.
Well, I mean, when all healthy. I'm saying when all healthy.
I mean, I understand that, but you gotta factor that in too, because AD's been hurt. He's been hurt so much, and then you just never know. Like he just came back from the knee injury, and then now he's out with the ankle injury. So if all healthy, then yeah. But even with that being said, you know, they hadn't had enough time to really develop any type of chemistry or whatever. And then, you know, Westbrook, I mean, he's still a project. He just out there just running around, just throwing the ball. Like I've never seen him play as bad as he's playing right now. You know, so as much as I like the Lakers, I wouldn't even put them. You know, I wouldn't even say that they'll win. I will roll with Phoenix. Phoenix out of the West. Phoenix has been playing really well. I mean, they've taken care of the ball. They shot the ball well. They defended well. They have some really good role players. I mean, everybody does what they're supposed to do for the team to help the team win. I think I think it's now, Chris Paul. I think it's his time to get that title that has eluded him for so long. I mean, you just think about it over the years. Like every time he gets into hopefully he gets over this thing where every time he got into a critical game, it was some type of injury or hamstring or something that hindered him from being the type of player that he was during the rest of the regular part of the season. So I'm gonna go with Phoenix, and then for the East. I'm gonna go with. I mean, I like Miami. I think they have some guys that can really defend. Across the board. I like Ryan said a few minutes ago. When you win a title, I think that you don't play as hard in the regular season as you did before, and I think that when you win a title too, you lose some of the motivation that you had from the previous season as well. And I think that not saying that Milwaukee's not playing well, but I think that one thing that they shouldn't have let get away from them was PJ Tucker. I think PJ Tucker was a glue guy for
Agreed.
them all across the board. He did so much for them, and there was one person I think that they shouldn't have never let get loose from him, because in the playoffs, he played really well in the regular season, but then even in the playoffs, he did a lot of things for them. So again, with that being said, I'm gonna go with Miami out of the East. Jimmy Butler. Kyle Lowry's been playing well. He's been playing well. PJ
Great pickup
Tucker.
by Miami.
So yeah. So I just think what's the
I'd be
new guy
happy with
name? He's
Dragic
been
or
playing really.
Lowry. I'll take them both.
You think? I mean,
But
Dragic.
but Dragic, yeah, I mean they're both good. I mean Lowry's the better 3-point shooter, but hey, I'll be happy with both. I just like Dragic. I like his defense, his competitiveness, driving to the paint. That's what I like.
Everyone,
Um,
finish your thought.
No, I
I'm
mean,
sorry. Oh, okay, go ahead.
it's good. Like I said, it's Miami, Phoenix for me. I mean, like I said, I just think
I'm
that
sorry. What'd you say?
um, Miami, Phoenix, Miami, and the Suns.
I
That's
just
my pick.
okay.
I
Well,
I
the
just
Lakers are
Okay, we'll
the
go to Ryan.
Lakers.
Ryan, your thoughts, and would you pick Dragic or Lowry?
Lowry. I mean, Dragic. There's a reason why Dragic
Oh
didn't
yeah,
get off the bench in Toronto. Like, and if he was good, the
Well,
Spurs
I
wouldn't
mean,
have.
he is older now. I guess he is older.
Like, he's a good guy. You trade, you
he's
buy
a
out.
solid back. Yeah, but
Yeah,
he was playing well until he got hurt. In the playoffs, and
Yeah, he's just
then
their
he's in.
injuries
He
hurt
he
him.
was yeah, and
yeah.
then he's in
I think
what he was.
he's
San
solid.
Antonio's supposed to release him right now, right?
Yeah, they're buying him
The
out,
Spurs,
and
yeah, buying him out, yeah.
He may go to the Mavericks.
I think they're
No,
out
they
of the
said the
map.
Lakers. They said the Lakers.
I,
I saw things said the
I
Lakers.
heard that. Oh no, the Mavericks, the Mavericks. I was saying the Mavericks.
Okay.
I think that
No,
was
I
a
saw no.
pre-trade
Go ahead.
deadline. Not that they picked up uh, Dinwiddie. I don't think they need another,
Spencer Dinwiddie.
wing
Yeah.
backup. I mean, you already got Jalen. I mean, there's only so many guard minutes to go around. I think there's only the Mavs' interest because of the Slovenia connection with Luca. But
I
other
mean,
than
with
But
Dinwiddie
Tim
is. I mean,
Hardaway is out. Tim Hardaway is out too, though. So
yeah, I hurt. But I mean, Reggie Bullock. It's kind of been this he came out of nowhere. A guy barely played for the whole half the season and comes out now and change the rotation around, and they've been solid. He can't, he's not going to drive the basket. The guy can make open 3-pointers. So they kind of just changed the way they play. Spread out, let Luka drive and kick out. So
hmm
they just need those open. And then your big playmaker is Jalen Brunson. He's gonna the one that's gonna drive.
Yeah, yeah.
Last year they didn't really play well together, Luka and JB. They never really put them on the court. But Jason Kidd's they're gonna keep working together until it works. So they kind of found that balance this last couple of months. So that helps. But to go back to the Eastern Conference, we just talked. All these teams, the Sixers, the Bucks, the Heat. We didn't mention that the Bulls, who are having a great season. I mean, they gotta get healthy. They gotta get ball back.
I didn't forget about the
I'm,
Bulls. I no, I was no. It's just can I like has Zach? Yeah, I do. You know what? I changed my mind. I did forget about the Bulls, but do I trust them with experience? Like it's just about the experience. I don't know if I trust Chicago. Are they? Yeah, you have DeRozan, Levine. I mean, I don't even. I mean, Levine. I don't. I think DeRozan's way better than Levine. That's just my opinion.
Erwin?
I mean, you're right. I completely forgot about Chicago, but I'm looking at I'm looking at them just like I looked at New York last year. New York was great. Everybody was buzzing. They loved them. They was doing all this, and then they got to the playoffs, and what happened. I'm looking at them the same way. They'll make the playoffs, but I don't think like you just said. I mean the playoff experience. I don't think they have. They don't have really any of that. And so I think they'll ultimately, they'll lose to that. But I mean, they're having a really, really good regular season. I'll give you that. But as far as me trusting them and picking them to win the title, pump your brakes on that.
And then
Nah, not the title.
their
Maybe like
Nah.
second round.
other team in the East we gotta look at. I think the Cavaliers. They got two monsters down low. They're 35 great. So you got
experience, man.
You got 7-footers. Yeah, they lack experience, but hey, I feel like they're going to be the Hawks of last year. They're going to knock off one of these big dogs, early on. They may not be able to get to the conference in the finals, but they're going to,
look at the
unique style of basketball because it's all inside, because you got Mobley, you got Allen, then you got Kevin Love coming off the bench. They got
fuck Kevin Love
for a washing machine.
Kevin Love, you suck. You're a terrible NBA player.
Did you just say the F word?
I did.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You can't say that. I was going to get booted out. Anyways, Eastern Conference, as the boys were saying, the Heat are number 1, Bulls, and Sixers, and Cavs, Bucks, Celtics, Raptors. But there is the play-in, so it goes all the way to 10. Nets, Hornets, and Hawks.
Excuse
real
my
quick,
language, but yeah, he is a terrible NBA player.
Quick 30 seconds, really quick. Erwin, do you like the NBA play-in format?
I mean, if it's really that would be for the fans, man. Like the fans, it'd be extra games for them. For the players, I mean, a lot of them could care less about it. I mean, it just added more wear and tear on your body at the end of the day. So I don't think the NBA players. I mean, I wouldn't like it, but but again, it's good for the fans.
Ryan Krista?
It's like Aaron says, it's extra games, but really the winners are the owners because they get all the extra money from the gate revenues, and, the TV money. So, money.
Isaac?
I think it's like I was saying to you, Santi. I think it's stupid because if the season were to end today, Brooklyn is the 8th seed, and they would be playing and the 7th seed. Look at the Raptors, and the Raptors are another team that's like quietly being good. They caught fire. So like you have the Raptors, the Nets, the Hornets, and the Hawks. Like the season ended today. Like I just don't understand. Like just because they beat them one night, now that means they're in the playoffs. Like that's literally what it's saying. Like I mean, yeah, the Nets, for example, if they would have lost to the Hornets, they still have a chance to be the 8th seed. But like, you see what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah, I understand what
why
you're saying.
is a team under 500 having it? Like, I understand like there's
having an opportunity to get into the playoffs. Season. Yeah. And it's a one-off game, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, All-Star Game weekend is this weekend. Starts tonight. A lot going on. We'll see some more Charles Barkley, TNT, and the crew. We have a chat question. We did answer it from Zacchaeus Ethan, who will win the All-Star Game. Erwin says Team LeBron. Ryan, who's your final answer? Because you weren't clear.
I'm going Team Durant.
Team Durant. And Isaac, who will win the All-Star Game? Asking Zacchaeus Ethan.
Team LeBron.
Team LeBron. You can't go wrong. Maybe his last few years, you never say never. All right. An announcement. We have a new show on the Sportscast, Hoops Talk, on Sundays at 9 p.m. Eastern, hosted by Ryan Krista and Erwin. Tell us, guys, the show, what it'll be all about. Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey, we're just talking basketball, whether it be college, or NBA. Just kind of like this, chatting. I got a pro basketball player with me, answers, some advice from somebody who's been there in the college, big time college basketball, played, pro basketball. So we're gonna get some good inside knowledge, so everybody will be, listeners will be well educated.
Erwin, give us a quick preview of the show. What you guys be talking about, and what will expertise you will show.
Man, what the title saying, hoops talk. I mean, it's something that I love doing, talking basketball. I played it for a long time, so basketball is ingrained in me. So I love watching basketball, whether it's little kids basketball to women's basketball, professional. So I'm a basketball sports junkie. Period. So I like pretty much all sports. So, but basketball is my passion, and so I love talking basketball. So that's what me and Ryan gonna be bringing you guys.
There you have it. Hoops Talk Sunday night at 9 p.m. live on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. And of course, you can listen to it later on the podcast. Basketball has been on demand for the Sportscast. We got a show going on now, and looking forward to it. The goal was to start on like All-Star Weekend, and it's happening. So really glad and blessed to have this on. Before we go, what is the best way to reach you online? We'll start with Isaac.
Best way to reach me online is Instagram.
And what is your Instagram username?
Isaac Kaplan, IG Sports page.
Ryan Krista, what is the best way to reach you online?
Mad Dog Report on Twitter.
Erwin Dudley.
Erwin Dudley on Facebook. I think it's Erwin_Dudley35 on Instagram, and it is Erwin Dudley on. No, it's Dudley009 on Twitter.
Looking forward to it this weekend, All-Star Weekend. Of course, Hoops Talk Sunday night. You can reach us at thesportscast.net, thesportscast.net. Also on our Twitter, the Sportscast one on Twitter. We'll be live tweeting during the NBA All-Star Game. Looking forward to that. And, of course, keep an eye out on NFL hires. A lot going on. Ryan, real quick, Broncos hired some LA Rams coaches. Thoughts? 10 seconds.
We need a quarterback, Santiago.
That's it. That's what he told me in the text message. We just need a quarterback. That looks cute, but we need a guy named Aaron Rodgers. Exactly.
It might happen. It might.
But he broke up with his fiance in Colorado. It's not a good sign.
Not a good.
It's not a good sign. He might go to Tennessee.
He's all over the board. You never know with Aaron Rodgers.
I would say that no one knows what's going to happen except for Aaron Rodgers, and we can talk speculation up to the wazoo, but it means nothing. So.
Nothing at all.
But I feel hopefully he lets everybody know soon so we can pivot and make another move. So
we'll have it. Well, anyways, guys, thanks so much. A lot of basketball talk. The next 4 months, we'll be aiming at it. And I'll definitely be watching some All-Star Game weekend and Hoops Talk. Anyways, have a good night. And this was your update.
Thank you.